compact and steadfast.
We are able to connect the dot, so the construction. So our first priority is to make sure that we are able to get to Mwanza, we are able to get to Kigoma.
Good evening. Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Nasa Kingu. Just a reminder, you can follow us live via our YouTube channel, TVC Online, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and X pages at TVC Online. We start here in Dar es Salaam, where Tanzania's Kariakoo International Market continues to attract more neighboring countries' business communities, especially during this festive season, despite the recent dollar depreciation. Here's a report prepared by Henry Mabuma, read by Faithan Gaga.
The Kariakoo International Market has been the center of business for East African countries due to the fact that many products enter the country through the Indian Ocean, making Tanzania one of the most opted countries for traders, especially those from landlocked countries. Conducive business environment and policies have been attracting more local and foreign investors. Godwin Mutata is a Zimbabwean businessman. He's here in the country to purchase some products, praising the Tanzania's business environment.
The business is fine. People in Tanzania, they accommodate us nicely. No thieves. You walk freely. No, like when you compare to like another countries that we go, when we're just traveling, anyone can stop you. Hey, where's your passport? Where's your what? What's your document? What? But here, we just come here, do our business. We sleep well, not afraid of I'm going to lose everything.
The arrival of businessmen and women from neighboring countries challenges local businessmen and women to learn various languages so as to cater for the need of customers from various countries.
I speak Zimbabwean language and I have been here since 2018. So many fellow Zimbabweans, when they come here, they feel at home. Business is going well. More than 90% of business people depend on Congolese and Malawian customers.
Also, the traders focus on the issue of road flexibility, especially for the newly constructed market.
We congratulate the government for the new market. We ask our president to open it early.
The Dar es Salaam Regional Commissioner, Albert Chalamila, outlines government's plans to improve and expand further its services to cater for the local and international market.
We are preparing to do business for 24 hours. This implementation will start in Kariakoo. Kariakoo is a prominent market, serving countries like Zambia, Congo, Malawi, Uganda, Burundi, and Rwanda.
TVC News has witnessed the construction of more business buildings, which will increase the number of shops, consolidating Kariakoo's business dominance in the region. Faithan Gaga, TVC News.
From the business sector now, we move to the transport sector, where the Director General of Tanzania Railways Corporation TRC, Masanja Kadogosa, says apart from the standard gauge rail operations being satisfactory, the financial turnover of more than 30 billion shillings, transporting more than 1,100,000 people since the inception of the service, the corporation's expansion plans remain intact to extend the service to Mwanza and eventually to Kigoma. Speaking with TVC News in Dar es Salaam, Kadogosa insists TRC is determined to make the service the most opted and the most conducive. Peter Mganga has more details.
The SGR project is one of the projects that Tanzania has invested massively since its establishment. Almost more than 1 million people have used the service, and here Director General of Tanzania Railways Corporation TRC, Masanja Kadogosa, explains what the corporation plans to implement in the year 2025.
The plan first is to make sure that we are, the construction, we are getting to Kigoma, we are getting to Mwanza, because that's the system itself, making sure that we are able to connect the dot, so the construction. So our first priority is to make sure that we are able to get to Mwanza, we are able to get to Kigoma. But obviously, we have to also to plan for more locomotives, because once we get to Kigoma and once we get to Mwanza, we need more locomotives, we need more EMU. And those are the plans we have to plan ahead, because it takes almost 3 to 4 years to have a new locomotive from the manufacturer. So those are the things we have to plan in advance before we finish our construction.
Furthermore, Masanja Kadogosa says most Tanzanians and other passengers opt to use the SGR service, which has led to a promising financial turnover of more than 30 billion shillings since the service started.
Tanzanians, they are prepared for change, because the most mode of transport back then, you're talking about the buses and maybe people driving between Dar es Salaam to Dodoma. Now it's become much more easier to travel to Dodoma. Easier in terms of time, but also easier in terms of cost, or the price. It's very reasonable price between Dar es Salaam to Morogoro, or Morogoro, or Dar es Salaam, Morogoro, Dodoma. And that has attracted a lot of people to start using railway. But also in terms of safety, those are the things really attracting the public to use public transport, instead of driving or using buses, where they have to spend almost 10 hours. Now they can spend hardly 3 hours, then 3.5 hours, then Dodoma.
The government of Tanzania continues to strengthen the transport sector as part of boosting the economy, and truly the SGR project has proved to be a game changer in the transport service in Tanzania. And with the government setting aside approximately $300 million for the improvement of the MGR train service, the railway services in Tanzania is set to reach more people. Peter Mganga, TBC News, Dar es Salaam.
Thank you very much, Peter Mganga, for that report. The government, through the Medical Stores Department, MSD, has handed over 12 high-quality dialysis machines to the Temeke Hospital, aiming to improve services and reduce the cost of the life-saving treatment. Dr. Joseph Kimaro, who is the medical officer in charge of Temeke Regional Referral Hospital, told TBC News that the new machines will increase the number of patients treated from 15 to 36 per day at a minimal cost of 150 Tanzanian shillings.
So currently we have acquired around 12 machines, and these are the newer one. Technologically they are best machines, SWS 6000. These are open systems, and by using the open system, it means also the cost for the running machines becomes lower compared to the other brands which are available in the market. And that's why in Temeke Regional Referral Hospital, we can offer dialysis at the cost of 150 Tanzania shillings only.
Before we had 3 machines, which it was very, very difficult in taking care of our patients. Now we are comfortably attending our 10 patients in one session. But previously, we was taking care about 10 patients for maybe 14 hours. Now we can care our 10 patients just for 4 to 5 hours.
This year marks 30 years of MSD, with significant healthcare achievements, including 113 dialysis machines acquired in the 2024-2025 fiscal year and 72 machines distributed to 14 hospitals, including the just received 12 machines at the Temeke Hospital. And just correction there, on the expected cost is 150,000 Tanzanian shillings. Moving on to other news, recognized as a pivotal production hub by China and established diplomatic ties with Tanganyika and Zanzibar on December 9th and December 11th, 1963, respectively, making China Tanzania's largest trading partner. Let's hear Kanki Moigomole narrating to us the journey of the trading partner between Tanzania and China.
Since the advent of the new era, China has adhered to the principles, working together with Tanzanian friends to continuously enrich the content of the comprehensive strategic cooperative partnership between China and Tanzania, build a high-level China-Tanzania and China-Africa community with a shared future, and establish a backbone for cooperation and a model for international relations. Since 2010, China has continued its technical and financial support for Tazara by funding and upgrading the railway to achieve increased operational efficiency to help meet growing passenger and trade demand. Before we all end 2024, our friends from the Chinese embassy paid a visit to TBC earlier today to spread the wings of appreciation to TBC in the collaboration in broadcasting news related to China-Tanzania relations, presenting a holiday gift which was received by the Director of Legal Services, Gwaki Samlawa, from TBC, and the press person from the Chinese embassy, Wang Rui. Kanki Mwegomole, TBC News.
Moving now to the Mbeya region, where the increased number of routes of MV Mbeya along Lake Nyasa brings more optimism and great expectations to the citizens living in Ruvuma, Mbeya and Njombe region, despite other challenges like roads. Here is a report by Adolf Mbata, read by Caroline Malewo.
When the Deputy Minister of Transport, David Kianzile, instructed the Tanzanian shipping company Tashiko to increase the number of trips and ensure MV Songea services are revived, the local residents who use the lake say they're optimistic that the service will improve their economic activities.
We are happy for the coming of the Tanzania shipping company because now our trips go on time from Kiwira to Mbamba Bay Port. We truly appreciate them.
We are grateful to the Tanzanian Shipping Company for reducing our traveling challenges, as now we can travel at any time and at any day.
The head of marketing and public relations from the Tanzania Shipping Company, Tashiko, Anselm Namala, and TPA manager Manga Kasaya say after conducting an assessment, they will continue to face the challenges existing in the lake.
We believe that the new revived MV Songea will reduce existing traveling challenges through its weekly routes. However, we think the routes are not enough.
Kuna changamoto kadhaa ambazo tunakabiliana nazo katika bandari zetu. Moja,
there are a number of challenges, including the lack of roads between our ports and cities in Ruvuma region, like the road to Ndodi Port.
Instructing the managers, the Deputy Minister of Transport, David Kihanzile, says the government will ensure that all the recommendations given by Ludewa, Kiela and Nyasa members of parliament are implemented.
Lakini meli mbili, Songea na Iringa hazifanyi kazi.
But the two vessels, Songea and Iringa, are not working, and we have been told that the Member of Parliament advised the government to prepare a budget to repair them.
The Minister of Industry and Trade, Dr. Selemani Jaffo, says the government is determined to open and consolidate a new honey market in China, instructing the beekeepers to prioritize the quality of the honey produced in the country so that Tanzanian honey can secure a stable market in foreign countries, including China. Here are more details.
He made the remarks in Dar es Salaam while witnessing the first shipment of Tanzanian honey to the Chinese market, asserting that the beekeepers must have the urge to secure a reliable market for honey, a step that will contribute largely to the economy of Tanzania.
Today's shipment is just the new beginning. It's a clear demonstration. This clearly demonstrates Tanzania's immense potential in the international market. With continued investment in quality assurance, certification, and value addition, we can expand our footprint and establish Tanzania as a leading exporter of honey and other bee-related products. To our partners and investors from China, we say thank you for your trust and confidence in Tanzania honey. We look forward to strengthening the partnership and exploring new opportunities for collaboration.
Currently, CDTF enterprises have the capacity of supplying 10 tons of honey annually from its apiaries and local beekeepers, and we will soon start export of beeswax.
On the other hand, the Chinese ambassador to Tanzania, Chen Mingyang, asserts that China is focused to ensure that it increases the trade volume between the two countries, which has reached $7 billion. And one way is to ensure that the imports and exports of agricultural products, including honey, increases. While the chairperson of the East African Commercial and Logistics Center, Dr. Lisa Wang, assures Tanzania beekeepers that China is a reliable market for Tanzanian honey.
The agricultural cooperation is a crucial component of bilateral economic and commercial cooperation. China is an important agricultural trade partner for Tanzania, with rapid growth in agricultural trade. In 2023, that is last year, the trade volume of agricultural products reached $410 million, an increase of 65.8%, a big jump.
The East Africa Commercial and Logistics Center shoulders the mission as the facilitator of China-Africa economy and trade cooperation. We practice in variety international exhibition and exchange meeting. We are committed to opening the trade door of Tanzania to China and even the world.
A total of 10 metric tons of Tanzanian honey is being shipped to China through the port of Dar es Salaam with a total value of more than 100 million shillings.
Local government leaders have been urged to use the statistical results from the Tanzania population and housing census to plan and execute development projects accordingly. Speaking to leaders during training on the use of the population and housing census results in Mbozi District, Songwe Region, Mdoka Omari, who is the senior officer from the National Bureau of Statistics, insists that statistical results from the Tanzania population and housing census can be of help to the leaders in planning and prioritizing development projects. Here's a report by Ines Tobias, read by Kanki Mwaigomole.
It is a training that brings together various local government leaders here in Mbozi District, Songwe Region.
We have witnessed the exercise of the information that has been collected, of which the information can be helpful in planning and monitoring development plans.
Some of the leaders attending the training acknowledge how critical statistical results from the Tanzania population and housing census can be in pushing development agendas.
Through these statistics, it will be easier to identify proper places for the construction of the school and hospitals. We'll be able to plan our development plans by using the census data. Some leaders tend to sell some areas of land. They need to be educated so that they carry their duties effectively.
The participation of citizens in meetings to review development plans provide opportunities to outline the right priorities leading to positive results.
If you missed any one of our stories, remember you can always go to our YouTube channel at TBC Online and watch anytime, anywhere. Before concluding the local news, let's take a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania BOT. Don't miss TVC News every weekday, that is Monday to Friday, to know all the latest in exchange rates. Now it's time for all the latest in international news. And now let's join Lulua Muhammad with all the latest in international news.
German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier has dissolved the parliament, paving the way for snapping election in February 23rd. This comes after the Council of Olaf Schools lost a confidence vote in the parliament this month. Delivering a speech in Berlin, Bolivar Palace on Friday, Stamina says that the country requires the government capable of acting and reliable majorities in the parliament to maintain stability in difficult times. South Korea has voted to impeach its acting president, Han Dang-seo, 2 weeks after the parliament voted to impeach its president, Yoon Suk-yeol. A total of 192 lawmakers votes for his impeachment, more than 151 votes needed for it to succeed. Prime Minister Han took over the role after President Yoon was impeached by the parliament following his failed attempt to impose martial law on 3rd December. Han was supposed to lead the country out of political turmoil, but opposition's MPs argued that he was refusing demands to complete Yoon's impeachment process. Han says he is ready to step aside to avoid more chaos in the country, while the ruling party says it will file injunction against the impeachment. Finance Minister Choi Sang-mok is set to replace Han as acting president. Han's removal will likely intensify the political gridlock and uncertainty in the country is currently grappling with. India has announced 7 days of mourning and a state funeral for a former Prime Minister, Manmohan Singh, who was hailed as one of the architects of the country's economic liberation in the early 1990s. The government declared on Friday that mourning will be observed until 1st January, with a state funeral accorded as a mark of respect for the departed dignitary, who passed away on Thursday in New Delhi Hospital at the age of 92.
That's international news compiled by Lulu Mohammed and read to you by Antonia Kivaria. Sports news up next. In sports news, the head coach of Simba Sports Club, Fadul Davids, admit that the game against Singida Black Stars will be a challenging one, but his team is prepared to emerge victorious and cement their top position in the Tanzania Premier League table. Coach Davids adds that Singida Black Stars players are skillful and capable to score goals from any area of the field, so his defensive mind will be critical.
Not for us to focus on how we can stop them from scoring. If we play our match and we have the ball and we can impose ourselves and play the game in the opponent's half, then we stand a better chance of scoring and at the same time stand a better chance of not conceding. So it's not about focusing on trying not to concede, it's more about focusing trying to score.
We are committed enough to defeat Simba, but we respect them because we have good players. We can talk about winning, but we are at home and we will use all weapons to beat Simba.
Simba is at the top of the league with 37 points after playing 14 matches, while their rival Singida Black Stars are in 4th place with 33 points, making the game decisive to both teams. Tanzania's under-17 youth national team, Serengeti Boys, have failed to emerge victorious against the Uganda youth national team after losing 2-1 in the final game of the youth Sekafa championship competition played at Nakivubo Stadium in Kampala, Uganda. Tanzania started to score the leading goal scored by Abel Jusia in the 56th minute, and later Uganda equalized and scored the winning goal. Both teams have qualified to participate in the CAF African Youth Championship competition AFCON 2025. So the final game was to show which team is the best in the Sekafa region. And that's the sports news. Now, before we conclude the news bulletin for tonight, let's take a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Once again, this is 24 hours weather forecast from Tanzania Meteorological Authority. And wind flow patterns, average wind speed expected over the most part of our country. Scarcity of rainfall signal are over most part of our country. For tonight, we expect future particular conditions, thunderstorm overflow over the Lake Victoria Basin, while the rest part of our country expect future particular condition. For tomorrow, expect future partly conditions, thunder shower over few rain sun period over the western part, including Rukwa region. While Songo expect future rain shower over few rain sun period. The rest of southern western highland, including Ruvuma and entire coast, excluding Morogoro region, expect future light rain shower over few rain sun period. The rest part of our country expect future partly condition and long sun period. Let's have a look for the 4 days weather forecast for some part of our country, start from the day after tomorrow. Dar es Salaam expect future light rain shower over Fure for the 31st and 1st of January, while Dodoma expect future rain shower for the 31st and 1st of January. Mbeya expect future light rain shower 29th, following by thunder shower and following by rain shower. Mwanza expect future particular condition long sun periods. Kilimanjaro expect future particular condition and long sun periods. While Morogoro expect future light rain shower over few rain sun period for 31st and 1st of January. While Arusha expect future particular condition and long sun periods. Dear viewer, we thank you for watching us and have a good night.
On that note, we mark the end of the news bulletin for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I am Nasa Kingu. We wish you a good night and a constructive weekend.
Busokelo ni miongoni mwa halmashauri mpya iliyoanzishwa na serikali mwaka 2012 kwa lengo la kusogeza